want to hear about your first day on the job site.
Oh, man. I did bring cupcakes.
You brought cupcakes the first day?
Mom made cupcakes. I had to bring these. And then they started calling me Cupcake.
How far did Cupcake follow you?
Pretty far. Yeah. Pretty far.
All right, before we get into the show, we want to talk to you about a live show we're putting on, presented by Next in Line Comedy. It's the Men at Work Live Spectacular, Friday, May 30th at 8 p.m. You ever wanted to be on the show, but you couldn't? Well, now you got the opportunity to.
Buy a ticket, come to the show, hang out with us. You could put in a little thing that says, hey, I'd love to be on stage. And just come chat about your job. We'll just horse around. Same thing you see on the podcast normally. We'll just be doing it in front of 70 to 80 people.
Friday, May 30th at the Coop at 8 p.m.
Please come.
All right, we're here. Local 158, 4,000 of our brothers and sisters in Philadelphia. The blue collar of all blue collar. You look at a high rise in Philadelphia, they built it. You look at something on the land, they built it. Something on the sea, I don't know, but they probably built it. Local 158, we thank them for letting us in here today. We're going to interview some blue collar workers because you know why? Look at these goddamn hands. They're all white collar.
We got little baby hands, dude. We got soft hands. I haven't had a cow since I was 7 years old, so this is big time for us here, dude. We got to talk to some real folks, dude. You and I, we're too big of podcasters now. We've gotten too light in our loafers. We got to talk to some real folks.
That's true.
That's my recommendation. I mean, you're wearing a T-shirt from Abercrombie & Fitch from 13 years ago.
It is really tight.
Stuff's crazy, man.
Not as tight as one of the guys that's coming on. Look at Calvin's T-shirt when he comes on here. Tight as
fuck. Calvin. Wait till you see Calvin, dude. That's a jacked, strong man. Vito's been staring him down off camera. I'm starting to get nervous. What's going to happen?
We got Calvin Johnson coming on later, so you got to stick around. All right, the Calvin Johnson.
That's right, man.
We're gonna bring our first one on. Mike, your name's Jim, dude.
Jesus Christ, Jim.
Bro, I called you Mike like 3 times, dude.
Sorry, brother.
Dude,
that's on us,
and
dude.
you got a bad ear too, right?
I do.
So you really heard me call you Mike, or maybe you didn't hear me call you Mike.
It's cool.
I should have known, dude.
That's fine.
I could see it in your eyes every time we called you Mike. It's like, that's not right.
If I call you Mike on this podcast, feel free to flip the table.
Nah, I would never.
You can.
It's okay.
Whatever you got to do, brother.
Dude, a guy with pit vipers on that works on the job. I know you flipped the table once or twice in your day.
It's happened.
I hear you.
It's once in a while.
I hear you. You don't let any of those rookies talk shit on the job when they come in. You set the you look like a tone setter. You a tone setter?
I try and keep it, professional.
Oh.
But
so you got some guys underneath you who are the tone setters.
yes,
I like that.
They're in the trades. They're there. They're on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of tone setters in the union.
No. It's,
All right.
Guys with no initiative. You heard it here first.
God, Jim, you keep lying to me. We're gonna have to go back to Mike, okay?
Every time it goes bad, he's going back to Mike. All right. When you're bad, you're Mike. When you're good, you're Jim.
Exactly.
Dude.
That's fine. I look up and to the left, up and to the right. You'll know what I'm saying.
There you go, dude.
Very
there
nice.
you go. All right, fine. We'll get on the same page. Favorite tool?
Favorite tool, hammer.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weapon. Anybody gets out of line, you got a weapon right there.
Oh, violence. Okay. Nice, dude.
I'm sure the communications director watching and listening very intently to everything you say loves hearing that right
It's
now.
also good that we're completely surrounded by potential weapons, so I've never felt safer, dude. This is
Very
great.
true, gentlemen. Very true.
Damn, Jim, what do you like about the hammer? Other than it's a weapon to kill somebody with.
It's classic, you know what I mean? It's the oldest tool, one of the oldest tools probably invented.
Other than the wheel, I would say.
By mankind, right?
Yeah.
Shout out mankind.
Shout out, and the funny thing is, hammers are so adaptive.
That's right.
Because you could have the one that you have now, but you could say a rock is a hammer.
Yeah.
You could say your foot is a hammer. As long as the nail or whatever you need gets put down into the destination. Is that correctly? Am I using the right terms here?
I think so. I like
We're
it.
white collar guys.
Again,
Dude,
we're prefacing that. We're little tiny baby boys. We're going to need your help at how to be a real man. So we're going to have some questions for you about the tricks, the trades, because we're totally naive to the entire thing. So you're going to have to help us out.
Lay it on me.
All right.
Don't like heights. Don't like steel.
Yeah.
Don't really even like carpentry, honestly.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Today, we just went through a move. It's gone god awful. And I had to, they broke my dresser.
Okay.
And I actually, you know what? I'll show you this, Jim, because maybe you can help me, because I think I'm stopping at the hardware
You got to get
store
eyes on this, dude.
on the way home. What the hell is this thing?
It's a full body nude of me.
It's in a dresser.
That's from IKEA.
But it's not.
That's from IKEA.
Come on.
It's way fair, but yeah, I know.
One look, I know it.
I know you did, but what is that thing? Because I go into the Ace Hardware and shout out. No, actually, don't shout out to the Ace Hardware. Never. Anybody listening to this in Philadelphia, do never patronize the 9th and Girard Ace Hardware. I say, hey, sir,
Why?
do you have this? He goes, screws are in the back. He sent a white-collar guy who just click-clacks on his keyboard for his entire corporate life.
And he was wearing a sundress, by the way. That's what makes it worse.
He
What
sent
color
me
was the
into the
sundress?
back. Yellow.
Yellow. It's like a pale yellow, like an Easter yellow.
Exactly.
It's pastel, dude.
Brings out my cheeks when I get a little rosacea.
Quit thinking about his cheeks, dude, and focus on the task at
What
hand here,
is
dude.
this? When I go to the Ace Hardware, Jim, I'm going to say Jim sent me.
All right, I would go to IKEA with that.
What do I need? No, it's just a thing to put back they lost it in the move.
Oh man, there's another screw that goes in it and it turns. It's like
Yes.
a cleat.
So this isn't a screw, though, I've been told.
No, it's not a screw at all.
What's it called?
It's definitely. I gotta Google it.
Who
It's
are we
definitely
hiring
at
here at the car?
It's definitely at IKEA. I have the same one, same exact.
I'm not going to IKEA. I got to go to an Ace Hardware. I got to get this tonight. I got people coming over tomorrow. I got to fix this damn dresser. The guest room has clothes everywhere,
Come on.
Jim.
I can't. I gotta Google. We gotta Google that right now.
Oh, God. You know what?
gotta
After you're
Google
done
that
this, you can
right
Google it, then you can get back on here. Maybe while Calvin's talking, maybe while
You know, I
Martha's
should bring
talking.
Calvin on. We
You
can
can
show him
interrupt
that
it.
right
I'll show Calvin and I'll show Martha. But anyway.
I mean, that begs a question, though. I mean, IKEA getting big now. Do you hate IKEA? Are you pro IKEA? Like, from a carpenter's perspective,
I hate
what do you
it.
guys think? You hate
I
it?
do. I hate it.
Why?
Really?
It's very convenient, for people who.
Us.
I didn't mean that. I didn't
well,
say
you
that.
pointed
You
out.
said that. I didn't say that.
Now you're Mike again, dude.
Yeah.
Hope it was
Yeah.
worth it. There we go.
No. It's just very convenient and easy, and they come with the directions.
You don't like
It's really
directions?
cute. Well, yeah, I give directions. I don't like
True.
directions.
True.
I don't know.
Totally
I'm just
fair.
saying.
Totally
That's true.
fair.
That's true.
They could use
It's nice.
some legit carpenters at IKEA. I mean, every time I've gone there, I've noticed that I buy the furniture, I set it up, I break it immediately when I sit down on it. Mm-hmm. That's been like kind of my go-to. And then I have to call like a real gentleman to come help me to fix like an actual piece of furniture. That's like the IKEA process.
I feel it's for smaller people. You know what I mean?
Weaker.
No. You said that. I didn't say that. No.
Yeah, okay.
You're alluding.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just smaller, and you buy it. Your kids can't jump on it and destroy.
Got
it. Play WWF on it.
Where's your
Anything.
go-to? Like a real manly man's hardware store or office furniture or furniture in general?
Nostalgies or probably Raymore Flanagan.
Raymore Flanagan.
Something like that.
Got it.
Nostalgias. What is that? A
Yeah, what
popular
is-
PA? What's that?
South Jersey type, area.
I'm an Ashley Home Furniture guy. I
Really?
like them.
Yeah, that's
They've always
nice,
been
yeah.
good to me.
Kenneth Allen.
Kenneth
nice.
Allen. He's good. Yeah.
I'm kind of locked in on this nostalgias thing because I'm a South Jersey guy. Where in South Jersey is this? What's the area? What's it like? What are we talking about?
Where are you from in South Jersey?
Like Cherry Hill, kind of Haddonfield area.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Oh shit! You want to get dinner after this, dude? What are you up
I went to Audubon. My high school quarterback was Joe Flacco.
Joe
Joe
Flacco.
Flacco.
No,
Did
no
you-
shit.
Did you play on the team?
I did. Yeah.
What position?
Slot and corner.
So Flacco was throwing you balls.
Yes, I called touchdowns by Super Bowl.
I was gonna say you were. Yeah, I was gonna say you probably weren't in the Super Bowl, but yeah.
That's
but-
an
No,
all-time.
I was not. If I was in the Super Bowl, I would have.
Wait. So you're catching passes from Joe Flacco. We're having Calvin Johnson on later. Like what the
This
hell
is
is
getting
going on?
unbelievable, dude.
What is going on here?
What a lineup, dude.
Yeah. What do they do?
I graduated Audubon. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Is there a guy
Catholic.
named Steve Young here?
He's outside.
Yeah, he's probably out
next
here.
on the
Yeah, he's probably here.
He's
too.
coming up? Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus
Mike
Christ.
Young coming up.
All right. Jim, right?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not Michael.
Yeah. How long you been in the tricks of the trade?
Roughly 20 years
Out of high school? Out of college?
out of high school.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Why'd you get into the trade? Why'd you get in the union?
I was going to go look at schools. Was going up looking at Monmouth. I was looking at a bunch of schools and everything like that. And I just remember my dad looking at me, shaking his head, saying, "You're going to be 60 years old paying this stuff off."
True.
And I just before all that, my grandfather was in the trades, the carpenters, and a couple other relatives, and he said, "Hey, as a back burner, go take the test. Just go do it. Just go do it. Just go do it." And at first, I didn't really know what it was, and I just thought like a summertime job, I'll go to Wildwood, I'll wait or whatever.
Yeah,
and
the
then
Mecca.
I got the call to come, and I remember my mom saying, "You're not going to the shore. You're going to go to work."
Wow.
And I was like, okay, and I went, and that was it. Hit the ground running, and just best decision I ever made. Money was coming in, making good money, fair wages, everything like that, and. Then my buddies who were getting out of college and all that, they were struggling. 2010 came, the recession came, people were struggling.
Sure.
And everything was good. I was okay.
Nice. Do you ever regret not going to that that 19-year-old Wildwood when you were back in 2010? That's probably a sick summer.
That's probably a great summer, dude.
Yeah, 2010
A post-recession summer, dude.
Like you've been doing this for
juice
what?
was loose.
Thank you,
Wild
gentlemen.
with that summer,
Thank you,
dude.
gentlemen.
20, 30 years, like what's it matter? A year or two now to look
right,
back.
I
I was
know.
like, thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Mom.
I think Vito was conceived that summer down in Wildwood. So you gotta
That's why
keep
she's
an eye on
not
this
getting
guy.
Mother Day flowers.
There you go. I like
Yeah,
that.
we're cooking. Jim's
I like
back,
that,
dude.
Jim. You're paying.
We're in there.
Mom's gonna have to pay the price too and make the
Yeah.
ultimate sacrifice. Oh
Wildwood.
man,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Hey, at least you probably get to go down now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's a different story.
So do you have kids?
No, I do not.
But would you, so now that you've been doing the trades for 20 years, do you look that if you did have a kid, you would kind of advise them to do the same thing, or do you think maybe college has made a heel turn and you would advise them to go that way? Like now that you have the experience, does it change what your recommendation would be?
Wow, that's a really good question. It would have to depend. I mean, obviously, always what they want to do, what your child wants to do.
Sure.
You back them, support them, do whatever they want to do. But it would depend. I mean, that's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough to
it's
answer.
a loaded question,
That's
yeah.
but I mean, if they were, hell, I would want them to get a college degree and come in the trades.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go.
construction management, something like that. That'd be a kill shot.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a nice combo because I mean,
Yes.
you have the experience with the trades, and then like you said, your dad told you like you'll be paying this off till you're
60.
XYZ age.
I remember putting his head down, and he was just like, "You're never going to be. You're always going to have."
And you had
this."
carpentry the blood, dude. You can't go against the blood.
I know, yeah. I was common. He was a bricklayer. My brother's a bricklayer. My grandfather was a carpenter.
His
It just
brother's
kind of
brother.
made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
That was it.
Family trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's kind of hilarious because you're like, he asked you the loaded question about college and everything. Then we went to school, a decade ago? And now all the robots are replacing all of us anyway. So
Yeah,
what's it
true.
really matter?
Well, yeah. We just got to destroy the robots.
Yeah.
I think we should kill the robots.
Hammers.
Yeah. Back to the hammer. Say
Wood
it. You're gonna
versus
get it.
steel.
Yeah,
The ultimate
dude, I
fight.
want to see. I want to see the robots look up Hitchbot and try to fucking take over Philadelphia.
Oh my God, Terminator.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
coming. Dude.
Yeah, dude, it's coming. It's not coming for your job though. They can't get that high.
Oh, man.
Go to those skyscrapers. What's a project out there that you're proud about?
The one I'm on right now, 36 in Chestnut.
What are you guys doing over there?
It's called the Mark. They're building, dorms at University of Penn, upper dorms, and it's going to be.
And that's what you're most
state-of-the-art.
proud of in 30 years. What are you so proud about? I feel like you probably have some other ones.
There's a couple other ones. We did my first one ever was when I got that call to come to work was the Dickens Village in the Wanamaker building.
Interesting.
Strawbridge is closed.
Really?
Yeah.
And
R.I.P.
we had-
Macy's.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, very nice.
You might be called upon in a couple of years.
Yeah, and we had to put it had to be up and running by Halloween. So November 1st. So we had to break it down, move it, and build it in the Egyptian room at Wanamaker's.
Interesting.
That's 3 stories up. They're
Yeah.
the big, department store and everything like that.
Now
That was
Toys
a
R
cool
Us.
one. Yeah.
Sweet.
Wait, I'm kind of confused. I'm not as familiar. I know like the Dickens Village is very popular here in Philly. So you were there laying the foundation for it. What exactly were you?
It was already built in
Okay.
Strawbridge. Strawbridge went out of business, and Macy's bought it. So it had to be broken down and built and up and running. And I think this was like the summertime. This was like June. Like it had to be ready to go. And,
Wow.
and we did it. We did it. Everybody did it. Yeah.
Be honest with me. Did you get sick of the organ after a while?
No, that's only you would. Yeah, sometimes.
I was in there for. Like
I do
2
have a tombstone though
What?
in Scrooge's future.
Really? What's that mean?
Future to come. So the woman there was like doing, putting it together and everything. She was a decorator, professional decorator and all this. And one by one, the guys who were leaving, there was only a handful of us left. I'm a first year apprentice. And she said, "Hey, what's your name?" I told her my name. And she said, "I'm going to make you a tombstone." And she made the 4 last guys tombstones. So where Scrooge is seeing the, death at the end, there's in that cemetery.
Are they still there, or did they take those away?
No, it's still there.
Really?
It's still there.
Because it's funny, because like I know you union guys. You leave your marks on buildings, whether you're
There's
signing a
one.
signing,
Yeah.
whether you're doing that. What's your mark? What's your go-to mark?
That's no, I can't.
Can't say. There you go. Trade secrets.
His mark is Mike. So close to Jim, but it's
That is
still
true.
Mike, dude. Yeah.
Oh
The
man.
ethos.
What's you got a nickname on the job?
No, just usually my last name, Salas.
Salas.
Yeah, that's it.
No Sally. Well,
Nah,
you probably
can't-
hit someone with a hammer there.
Nah, I can't use that.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
beat some
That's
guy
it.
in the hammer there. What are the nicknames like though? I mean, I feel like those are probably like. What are they typically? How do you guys typically like find the nicknames of like everybody on the job? Is it typically last names, or you kind of just shorten last names, or how's it go?
Kind of both. Or if someone screws up,
Yeah.
they'll remember that name.
What's one?
Give
like
us an example.
Worm
Yeah, give us a
or-
run. Like, a quick one.
There was a guy I know he was a young guy at the time, and they told him to go around and fire caulk He didn't know what it was. Didn't know what it was at
People
the
have
time.
said that about me as a ginger quite a bit.
So fire caulk, you gotta caulk the top of a room, anything, so fire doesn't
Jim,
get
we have
penetrate.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you got to lay it on
the other
us.
time.
I try to throw a bit in there, brother.
Yeah, we understand.
He fire caulked all the seams on the sheetrock
That bastard. How could he do that?
instead of caulking the outer, up
Got it.
perimeter.
Got
and, and that's it. His name became Fire Caulk, stuff like that. There's
like
some
Fire
things.
Caulk.
How many years are we going on with fire caulk?
Oh man, Fire Caulk's been around a long time.
Do you still see him to this day?
I still see him to this day.
Yeah, still always fire caulk?
Yeah.
I
It's
love
Mr.
it.
Fire Caulk to you, dude. He's
That's
a
true.
man. Yeah.
That's true. Favorite lunch spot? You got one?
Ooh,
Because you guys don't, dude. It's the funniest thing in the world. You guys uplift the economy by yourselves, not just by everything you build, just by the amount of lunch you guys have.
Yeah, it depends where you're at in the city. I mean, there's so many good spots to eat too. John's Roast Pork, depends where you're at.
Have you ever? Can you pick your jobs, or do you guys?
No, you cannot pick.
You cannot pick your jobs. Okay.
I mean, you can, but you can't. At
Some
the same
seniority.
Time. Yeah.
Have you ever picked it because there's a lunch spot down there, like John's Roast Pork? Like, I'll go to the docks.
Yeah.
I'll go to the shipyard a little bit.
No, I never did that.
Nah.
Is there any like in the 20 years you've done it that you've seen, like when you first started, you liked the way that you guys did stuff, and over the time that you've been doing it, you've noticed that there's an evolution that's happened that you have not liked or you've not been kind of a proponent for? Are there any like major changes that you're just not in favor of?
You'd be talking like in general with the world.
Yeah, just really. I mean, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You know
not,
what
yeah.
I mean? Kinda. I mean, the hours are shifting. Like, 7 to 3:30. Now it feels like everybody's working them hours. So guys want to go 6 to 2:30. You know what I mean? Kind of the traffic, and then when the pandemic, it kind of loosened up a little bit. Everybody work from home and all that. But now I feel like we're back.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Did you like? Oh, you must love that when everyone was working from home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there was no
Fly down, yeah.
fly. And remember, you drive as fast as you want. Nobody's pulling you over. The cops aren't pulling you over. They don't know what the pandemic is. But I see that shift.
Sure.
Coming back. It's coming back. The economy's coming back. People are coming back to the cities.
Nice.
I feel that. Yeah.
Sweet. How has the carpentry industry changed since you started?
Since I've started, the carpentry's changed. I mean,
Are we like a weak generation? Are you not seeing a lot of like millennials like join the union?
it's good
I don't
point,
want to
yeah.
say weak. I just want to see
can say
not as tough and old school as I guess our dads and our grandpas.
Well, I could tell you
Think
that.
you
about
can't
that.
doubt
Think
that.
about that. You got the World War II generation, you got
Yeah.
the boomers, then you got us
Yeah.
too. You know what really changed us? The cell phone.
Oh,
The cell phone on the job. I can't stand it. You got these young kids coming out, and hey, sometimes I'm guilty too. Boom,
Yeah.
you hear your phone vibrating or something. It's a Ring camera or something like that. And you're like, man, why did I look at that? And put it back.
Yeah.
No phones on the job. I'm a strong believer in that. Unless it's a medical, emergency or something's happening.
Here you go. I got
the
one
cell
for
phone,
you.
Definitely.
What about the Nextel chirp?
Oh my God.
Dude, you guys love the Nextel chirp.
What's the next?
You never saw the
There was
Nextel
only a
chirp?
certain few who could have that though. You
Yeah.
had to be a superintendent or a foreman to have that. The regular guys not having
Dude,
that.
Nextel chirp, worst connection of all time if you called on the phone, but you could chirp someone in freaking Afghanistan if you wanted to. These things were
Hey,
insane.
babe, what do you want for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
You're going off and you're working. You're like,
got it.
Yeah, it was built like a DeWalt. Like it was black and yellow. It was
Yeah.
like it looked like it was.
Oh, I know
it was
exactly what you're
Crazy.
talking
Yeah,
about.
Yeah, you
yeah.
could drop that thing 30 feet.
100%.
The big ass walkie-talkie looking thing.
Yeah.
I've always been envious of those.
Yeah.
Dude. Don't got the hands for it.
So it's the cell phones. Anything else that's like since?
No,
you
that's
started?
really the big pet peeve on the jobs right now. Cell phones. Too many people on cell phones all the time, man.
But you're on a dangerous job too. Like you guys are up in the air. You got heavy
is.
machinery around. You got hammers with you and everything.
Yeah. Hammer cell phones. Line them all up on the table, hammer them off.
There you go.
Nice
That's
boss
why you like
move.
the hammer.
Could be a nice boss move. Dude.
That would be
Yeah.
a nice boss.
Stay with. I mean, I can't imagine the amount of kids that are working on the job sites now, trying to make like TikTok careers out of every day of the
Absolutely,
job.
yeah. But I mean, that's another thing too. That's insurance and everything. You see someone get hurt, someone posts it, something like that, or someone's writing stuff about somebody.
wow.
The cell phone's a big liability on jobs.
drama on the sites.
Yeah, with them. Yeah.
Wow. So have you seen that before, where like somebody's does something in whatever they screw
Next
something
day.
up on the job?
Not even next day.
No
next
shit.
5 minutes. It just happened this winter.
Really?
Yeah, it just happened this
Can you
winter.
talk anything about it?
Nah, I'd rather not. To
Yeah,
be
I
honest with you.
Totally.
I gotcha.
But yeah, there was a small minor accident. Boom.
Oh,
it was,
an accident.
It was right there at 5 minutes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
That's
insane.
insane.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like fucking around on the job, takes a orange cone, uses it as like, oh, look at my dick. Like that's funny. That's funny. That's just
I do that when I drink around Philly, dude, and I'm not even working on the site.
Yeah, that's just guys talking shit.
But I get that.
injured and fucking videotape.
But I think that's
Yeah,
not
the first thing was right there. It wasn't good. It wasn't-
Get
Yeah,
your
of course.
boy.
And
That-
then they wonder why they get fired because your name's attached to whatever you post on there.
Yeah.
This is a brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's like,
Pick
dude,
up your next man.
to
I
be
agree.
fair, probably got 1.4 million views on the top, which I get. Look, we're guilty of. We're guilty of. Of
That's
course.
true too. He
But
might have got a couple brand deals.
That's no good. It's
Local
truly no good.
164 looking out for him, being like, "We are building TikTokers over here."
Local 164.
Yeah. Shout out to 98. We're building TikTokers over here.
That's what I mean. It's what it's going to become, dude. Just
Yeah.
we're not building.
But the
building.
funny thing is, going back to TikTok, and how it kind of like loops into like our generation stuff. The next generation is kind of looking at college as like a complete and total sham, and they're like, if you are an idiot, do not go to college. Go get a trade job. Go get your pension started. Go do this. Go like.
I do
Not everyone
feel-
is fit for college.
I do feel it's swinging the other
Yeah.
way. Kids are it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's swinging back the other way.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, there's only so many people that can just get a degree to like draw the plans until you need somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're doing out there making it. You know,
True.
it makes sense that like the manufacturing that's supposed to be coming back to the country. It kind of alludes itself into that. It seems like.
Right.
Yeah. It's also just, I mean, too many people, I mean, nowadays going to college, there's like maybe 4 useful degrees. Otherwise, you're just going there to black out for 4 years and hang out, and that's really it.
And then you take the year to like figure out what you want to do.
That's right. Then you got to take a year to be like, I blacked out
You
too
did.
much now. I can't
And
think
your mom
anymore.
didn't let you do jack shit.
No,
She didn't give you a
it
year.
was go to Wildwood.
She didn't give you a summer or Wildwood to find out what you wanted to do.
Those wild days.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there you go.
Beautiful.
There you go. So before we let you go, I want to hear about your first day on the job site.
Oh man, first day on the job site.
Did you get a nickname? Did you get fire caulk?
First day on the
I
job
didn't get
site,
fire
yeah.
call, but I did bring cupcakes.
You brought cupcakes
I
the first day?
did. Mom made cupcakes. I had to bring these, and then they started calling me Cupcake, and that got.
Why
ixnayed.
did you bring cupcakes?
I didn't know.
That's
I was
a
a young
Mike
kid.
move.
I know. Hey, I was green. I was greener than green.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
How
That's
far,
so green it's rainbow, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Holy shit,
yeah.
brother.
How far did Cupcake follow you?
Pretty far. Yeah. Pretty far.
Damn.
Those guys are long gone or dead.
Yeah, thank God.
That's okay.
Jesus
You gotta
Christ.
bring
Hey,
cupcakes
I
in the
made a
field.
peace offering.
Bro, yeah, dude, I heard. And then they said, line up against the wall,
Yeah.
Jim.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah. We're chucking these. Did anyone eat any?
Oh, they ate them, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
I'm a young kid.
Good
for
you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking shit while they're eating them. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
correct,
what a fucking
correct.
ferret. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher's fucking pet, Jim.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for- I do the same
Thanks
thing,
your
dude.
mom. The mom jokes and everything.
I'm totally on board with that. The great move. Great
Damn.
move.
Yeah.
Anything else you remember for that day?
Took a hard right turn.
How so?
Just go get cupcake. Start running that way.
Yeah.
That's it. But that's it.
And look at you. What, 20, 30 years later?
I'm sorry.
How long have you been doing it?
About 20 years.
20 years later, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Still here, man. It's
crazy.
Whenever you
I came-
retire, dude, I hope somebody brings you cupcakes on the job. It's a
do
total
man.
full circle moment.
Oh,
I do
man.
too.
That's
Nothing
cool.
better than
I
that.
do
That's
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you saw that today, would you be the same? Would you the same way? Be like,
You know what? I would give the kid. I would cut him a break because I did that. I went through that. I would say, you know what? This guy, you're coming with me today. Let's go get tools.
Shit, I can see you, man.
I
You
would.
got
I
callus
wouldn't-
on
I
your
wouldn't-
hands. You got no calluses on your heart, though.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Beautiful.
To
Thank you. I know. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Put it on
You're
a
a
shirt.
poet. You're a poet.
Thank
How
you.
about that?
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know it. Your name. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on. Anything else
seriously,
you wanna tell us?
Just
Shout out to your boys. You want to shout out any of your boys? Like
shout out to
Roughneck,
everybody.
Tortoise?
158. Everybody, just keep working.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep
Just
working.
keep working.
Just keep
Let it rip.
working. You know what I mean? That's it. Keep working.
Seriously, get the fuck back on the job.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
We got deadlines. All right. We promised it. We promised it, ladies and gentlemen. We teased it. We told you
The
we were
arrival.
getting the
Yes, sir.
Calvin Johnson.
In the flesh.
Look at this guy.
In the flesh, dude.
15 years, Detroit Lions, top 5 receiver,
Phillies fan now.
Phillies fan.
A lot of shit has changed up.
Yeah, and local 158.
Yes, sir.
Said, you think NFL benefits are good? Carpentry benefits are better.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
All right.
Good, all good.
Calvin Johnson, I got to talk to you about it. So,
Yes, sir.
when did he get into the league? How old were you?
Shit.
Because your life probably changed. You can't go anywhere without me.
When did he come? When did he come in?
Probably like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
How old was I? I was in my 20s.
How old were you? We're just
You're in the
talking
20s.
easy.
Yeah.
So you were
in the
probably like the
20s.
coolest Calvin Johnson in your group at that time.
I mean, I probably was a carpenter by then, though.
Yeah, but you were cool as hell, probably.
Yeah, they call me Megatron, stuff like that.
That's cool.
Now we're talking.
I mean,
dude.
it's better than Cupcake.
Nah, I don't even know where that came from.
So
Shame
your
on-
first day on the job, did you bring cupcakes?
Nah, I wasn't there.
I know. What was your first job on the day on the job like?
I started out as a laborer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started a laborer on, where was I at, though? I've been on the plane a whole lot of jobs. So
Yeah. How long you been doing this?
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years?
Yeah. Over 20. Jeez.
Where was I at? I'm trying to think where I was at. Oh, what's the name of the school? University of Penn, but
The Drexel one?
nah, the quads, they were doing the dorms or something like that.
Yeah. Probably Penn dorms.
Yeah,
You're doing
yeah.
those.
It was Central Salvage doing demo.
Nice.
So
Demo.
give us a rundown. What's the difference between being a laborer and being on a full-on carpenter? Like
I mean,
when you're early,
laborers do
early
the
start.
hardest work. Like laborers work harder than all the trades. I can tell you
Really?
that.
Damn.
Yeah, because they do all the bull work.
What's the bulwark usually entail?
Bull work entails like the brickwork, picking up the bricks and all of that. It's preparing them for the bricklayers and stuff like that. They do all like cleaning up. The demo part is like knocking out walls and stuff like that.
Demo's gotta be cool as shit though.
Yeah, it's
I mean, yeah, you get to throw,
Yeah.
knock
Have a
it-
bad day at home. Come in, do a little bit of demo work.
Listen, you do a couple hours of that though, you're like hurting.
Oh, okay. True. All right, maybe we break up demo
Yeah,
work.
you got a sledgehammer and all that type of stuff. So.
Yeah, but you gotta say, being a laborer, like how fucking jacked did you get being a laborer?
Yeah,
dude?
those,
You
are,
had to
those,
been
are those like
huge,
are those
bro.
like retro
Nah,
fitness
I was-
muscles, or are those like union carpenter muscles?
I mean,
you're keeping them around.
no retro fitness.
No retro.
No
fitness.
retro.
Yeah, it's just union carpenter. I
That's a
mean,
union carpenter.
Yeah, but when you work, once you get in the union and start working in construction, everybody's big.
Yeah,
So what do you want to do? Not be big like everybody else? You got to get in the
True,
gym.
true.
Like,
that's true.
you
They're all
got to figure
fats.
it out.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of like competition, like while you guys are working, like you're looking at some dude and the bicep veins are
I
popping?
mean,
you're
there's
like,
always
"God
got
damn
a
it."
big dude on the job. It's
Yeah.
always going to be that way. It's always been that way.
Then you call him Cupcake, and you're like,
Nah,
you let him know.
you don't
his
even
boss,
bother
dude.
him. He don't. Nobody bothers that guy. but
yeah.
you just,
True.
you just follow his regimen of what he does. He takes care of himself, works out all
like
the time.
that.
He works. He works hard. Everybody respects him. You see the respect he get. Like I said, let me get myself together.
Yeah, it makes. I mean, taking care of yourself. It seems like nowadays people are very into fitness. Are you seeing dudes on the job now that are bringing like chicken and rice and broccoli and all that, or is it still just like
I
whatever
don't know.
you
I
get?
got friends that do all that type of stuff. They get their where they got their meals and stuff.
The meal preps?
Yeah, they do all that type of stuff. When you do construction, like you kind of hang with certain guys that do kind of like the same stuff that you do.
What's your click?
I mean, they do the same thing I do. They work out. They go to work every day. Everybody go to work to feed their families. And, we see each other when we see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got you into it?
Let me see. Just was looking for a job. I needed a good job. I was working like probably dead end jobs I wasn't happy with.
What else had you done before carpentry? Or labor?
Labor, carpentry. What was I doing?
Or like some of the dead end jobs?
I don't know. I probably was.
A little male
security-
stripper action, anything like that?
Nah, security or something like that.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you do look like every
I
guy
did a
I've
little
ever handed that
security at
detail.
Temple Hospital, something like that.
Oh, okay,
Ooh,
yeah, that's
wow.
not fun. That stinks.
That's your neck of the woods. Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's your neck?
I went to Temple.
With the temple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but down the hospital. Ugh.
Yeah, the
Dude,
hospital.
just checking people in, scanning IDs, go through the door. Oh, you went through the wrong door, man. Please
Yeah,
back
all
up.
that
You
stuff.
can't do this. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
people giving you the lip.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It built character though.
No, it doesn't. makes you hate society. Is what it does.
I mean, you see everything coming in there, right?
You do.
I can't
right.
imagine. What's some of the stuff you saw, like the craziest thing you saw while you were working at the hospital?
I don't know. People coming in shot probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
that'll do it.
probably.
That'll do it.
Temple. Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I was hoping you were gonna say like jump the turnstile.
Nah,
That was a lot more sadder.
No.
That's okay though.
But there's always craziness going on. At the
Yeah, down at
hospital.
Temple too.
Yeah, but it's the same thing in construction. There's always crazy stuff going on in construction also.
Hell yeah. What are you working on right now?
Me, I was working at the what is that job?
I like Calvin. He has no idea where anything in
Nah, I
Philadelphia
gotta,
is.
I gotta,
That's
it's a
pretty good.
blank.
That's all right.
It's a thing.
That's all good.
You work on so many
That's a lot
jobs.
of that's a lot of dust.
You kind of forget.
That's a lot of
I
dust
was,
you've been
where
around.
was I at? Cobbs Creek Golf Course.
Oh, you there now?
Yeah, that's where I
You
was
see
at.
Tiger?
Nah, he hasn't been there yet.
Wow. Yeah, Tiger's doing a course out in Cobbs Creek.
Is he really?
It's
His
redeveloped
people are
one.
there though.
Is he
He's
still
got- he's-
golfing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he does what he
Every time
wants
he-
to,
yeah.
but he's got. I think he's like a billionaire, so I think
Yeah.
he can do whatever he
In
wants.
between ACL injuries, he's golfing.
Yeah,
And
but he's-
spinal fusions.
And women.
And women.
It's kind of
Yeah,
big
well.
three. True.
I mean, I think that comes with it, right?
That's
God
true.
bless. I'll be doing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't fault him.
But I think his foundation's
Listen.
there. All his people are there, and they're making it happen there.
Nice.
Sweet.
And then we work under all of them, and they, they come in, check on the project. Make
That's
sure
a cool
everything's
project
going-
you're going to be a part of. That's going to be one that, like, back in 20 years from now, you'll be telling people like, I worked on that one.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's in phases and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a big deal. And once it gets on the running, it's going to be a big thing for the community.
Yeah.
And it's in Philly, so it's a big thing for Philly too.
100%. Yeah, I mean they've gone through, like, the course used to be a dump first of all, but then they had their pro shop burned down and COVID
Jesus
and stuff.
Christ.
Yeah, they've been through the ringer, but now that Tiger came and invested in it, it's going to be really, really cool. What other projects have you been proud of, or things that you've built out there that people would know?
I don't know. I was on the Comcast one. I did,
Oh, damn, were you really?
yeah, I did the Philly Stadium.
Oh shit,
Yeah, I did the Phillies. What else I do? The Wharton School.
damn. What'd you like about the Philly Stadium? Anything good?
Yeah.
Anything fun?
I just remember the Philly Stadium was like, we had a lot of fun on that job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy thing I always remember, like, it's underwater. So they got pumps to make sure it doesn't flood. So
Oh,
we
because you
don't-
guys dug so low.
Yeah, where it has
Oh,
has
wow.
pumps and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean they got pumps that runs like 24 hours a day. So if you wasn't down there, you don't work there, you wouldn't really know that. But
Yeah.
it was definitely a cool job.
Give us a little inside baseball on
Yeah.
on the Citizens Bank Park. What would we? What else would we know? What else is underlining in there?
I don't know, they're nice dugouts. I mean, not the dugouts, but the locker rooms and all that nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some nice stuff in there.
Do you ever, like, if you've gone to a Phillies game, do you ever, like, look around the stadium, you see somebody screwing around, and you're like, don't fucking touch that, dude. I built that. Don't touch that.
This is the
Nah,
house.
I
I would
Kane
get
built.
that feeling every time I see something I worked on.
I mean, you see stuff all. I mean, you work
That's
on
true.
you work at so many jobs. You don't look at it like that, but you know you were there.
Right.
And you were there so much you don't really want to go see that place because you was there every.
True.
single day.
It is work at the end of the day.
Right. True.
Like, I never want to come back to the Carpenters Museum because I'm working.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
If I
so-
saw an Excel sheet and somebody messed with it and I was like, don't touch it,
Yeah.
that would be kind of insane. That makes
Right.
sense. I totally see that.
No, I don't know, man. I've had my sister kick over some Legos once or twice, and I saw red.
Legos. You build Legos?
That was 2 weeks
I
ago,
used to.
too. Yeah, that was,
Used to.
it was
back
recently.
in the day.
They're expensive nowadays.
Yeah, everything's expensive
I
nowadays.
mean, I remember when I was a kid, they were all cheap.
Yeah. What's budgets like?
By the way, I like that the first thing you could think of that you've ever built was Legos.
Yeah.
Talking to carpenters. Yeah.
Listen, dude, that's
You know, I'm a bit of a Lego man myself.
Yeah, they're
you and I are
expensive.
both
That's
builders.
like an
We can-
expensive hobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's-
So Comcast won. I worked at Comcast, so thank you.
That's a nice building too.
It is nice. Comcast 2 is even more beautiful. It's crazy the amount of technology and the green energy and stuff. Like, do you
Right.
guys ever, like, well, I guess one was, I guess, LEED certified. So, like, did you guys have to follow, like, certain parameters? Obviously, I don't know what you did on the project and everything, but, like, to get that green certified, I feel like you guys had to follow some strict material or budget or
I mean,
something
they
like
have
that.
they don't play games when they build those type of buildings. So
Yeah.
they check everything.
Why the hell don't they fall?
Why?
Yeah, it shakes though. I was
Yeah,
up
because
there.
the concrete that he uses like the top of the line concrete.
Got it.
So it's like is that like the end, like the core part is all concrete.
Got it.
So that the concrete grade that they use is like real. It's like the best. So
Yeah.
it's not going nowhere. And then they'll build. They put the steel around it. But they did that to most of all the buildings. I believe it was after 9/11.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, after 9/11, they started making sure it was concrete
Yeah.
cores in most of those high
Oh, wow.
rises.
Did building code change, at least on the East Coast, when 9/11 happened?
I can imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
had to.
With the concrete, at least?
Yeah,
Yeah. What? How far did you get up on Comcast 1?
one. I was all the way up top.
Were you really?
Oh, my
Yeah, you
God.
could see the.
Did you put the William Penn statue on top of it and
Nah.
help the Phillies win the World Series?
No, I didn't do that. But I know you could see the power plants, the nuclear power plants. You can see both of them. Yeah, you can see
the ones up in Limerick?
The one in Limerick, and you want to see the one in Salem.
No way.
Yeah.
How are you with heights? Does it freak you out at all, or you just
Man,
care
it's
less?
crazy. The heights thing is once you start doing it's not a bad thing. But once you start, it's hard. You're scared. You're you're just like petrified.
Yeah, it's got to be like waking up in the morning. I would think about that the entire night before
It's hard.
that morning.
It was hard.
How do
My
you get
first
past
job,
it?
I was hard. I was scared, and I was on a crew. It was like we were doing scaffold, probably in like 15th and Locust or something like that around there.
Yeah.
And it was a scaffold, and I was with one guy, and we had two older guys with us. They were two old guys, and he was like, "Yo, I need you." And I was like, "What?" He said, "I need you." I said, "These guys, they know they know the work."
Yeah.
He said, "No, I need you. You're a young guy. You got to get out there with me."
Oh,
And I was like, "Damn, man." He said, "Look, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna pay you top dollar."
No.
And I'm like, "What?" I was an apprentice at the time, so I was like, "Are you what?" He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you." So he paid me top dollar. And that first week was my hardest week.
Yeah.
Because I was scared, and it was like you couldn't drop anything because if you drop something, it was people underneath us.
Oh, dude, I didn't think about that
Septic
part.
was underneath us. People was
Jesus.
driving and stuff, so you couldn't drop anything. You just had to take your time, and it was just me and him out there. And the older guys, because they couldn't move around, they wasn't agile, so we were just out there making it happen.
It was it was like fight or flight.
Yeah, and it was like my hardest week, and then we got paid the next week, and I saw my paycheck, and I was like, "Fuck,
Get me back up there.
I'll go higher this time.
yeah." So that's how it worked out. Then
Wow, man.
after a while, you just get used to it, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get tied off, sometimes you're not tied off, but it's
Sometimes
like,
you're not tied off.
Sometimes you have to tie off. I'm not saying you're not tied
Sorry.
off.
Sure.
But
Strike that from the record, HR.
yeah, some spots is like it's just sketchy spots.
Yeah.
But you just gotta pretend like you're on the ground. That's what I always do. I always make sure feel like I'm on the ground.
Is it like one of those things where you're like a don't look down or only look down so you can just totally?
I mean, you do
get
it
over
enough,
with?
you could look down, but it's just hard at first.
Sure.
Now,
It's
give me
something to get used to.
Give me kind of Calvin's strategy. Are we butt sliding like a dog on a carpet? Are we
Yeah, a bit
walking
of a
on the
hump.
beams? How we doing?
If you have to do it that way, in the beginning, yeah. But then after a
that's what I
while,
would
you'll get up and walk on the beams.
Mine would be just hugging onto the beam for dear life and just saying, "I want my mommy. I want my mommy,"
we
until
have-
someone got me.
We have guys
Yeah.
do that before. Guys will be on
yeah.
jobs and they scared, and they'll hold. One guy I know did that.
Yeah.
He held the beam, and we told him to stay right there. We're gonna take care of the job, and you be here right here when we get back. And that's what he did.
How long
Yeah.
did he hold the beam for?
Probably until we was done. We probably like 40 minutes.
40 minutes of holding a beam. Is insane.
Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, this is the truth. Like,
Nah, it's just I would panic and I'd call an Uber.
he was a part of the crew. Like, we're not gonna.
Where are you? I'm on the 15th
I'm on
floor
the
of
15th floor.
Sanford
Look up.
Street.
I'm waving at you.
Just
Listen,
come
man,
here. For the love of God.
we would try to take care of everybody. So
Yeah.
that's what happened. But I don't even know what happened to this guy. But that's what happened at that job.
I mean, there's no chance he can come back. Just based off of
I
just
don't
you
know,
didn't get the
because-
job done, first of all, and then second of all, the embarrassment. I mean, Jim gave cupcakes, and I'd rather be Jim
I
on
don't
the
know
first
what's up
day
with
than
it.
the
We
guy
don't have to
holding
have
the
a
beam.
conversation about that cupcake thing.
You're just mad you weren't on the job that day.
I want to know if they were even good.
That's
did
true.
you even say?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but the guy was like 6'5". I remember he was like 6'5". He was scared.
Gee, I can imagine, man. I'd be the same way.
What's your favorite tool on the job? I want to ask everybody we have.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
get
I mean, he said the hammer. I mean, the hammer is like the best tool.
Yeah.
You could do a lot with that hammer.
Like what? Like what else other than putting a
I
nail
mean, you
in?
got to pry something out, or you got to knock something out. But it just builds up arm strength. We just constantly swinging that hammer.
Is there a Rolls Royce of hammers that you guys all like?
Yeah, they have different ones. Yeah.
Like what's your favorite?
I use the DeWalt one right now.
Okay.
DeWalt has a good price.
Is there nothing better than the DeWalt boombox?
No, it's a couple of them that's good. It's a
The black and
Milwaukee.
yellow one is what my dad had
Yeah,
growing
it's a
up.
good-
That's a good one.
That one was awesome.
Milwaukee makes a good one.
Milwaukee does make a good one, yes.
Yeah, and Bosch makes a good one.
Okay. All right. What do you see
There's a
most of?
couple
Is it
of
more DeWalt, more Milwaukee, more Bosch? What do you think?
It's a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Who controls the music on the site?
Most of a lot of these jobs, you're not supposed to have music.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah. The
Can't you have
safety.
music?
You don't want music.
I mean, I
on
guess you
live
can't have
jobs.
it like 100 decibels loud so no one can hear it and stuff. But like you can't have a little bit of tunes, a little
I
bit.
mean,
of...
if we're doing concrete, like way up high, we normally do it.
So guys, no headphones. Definitely no headphones.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to do that either. 'Cause
But do guys do?
guys, sometimes guys break the rules, but safety purposes, they don't want guys doing a lot of
Really?
that stuff.
No DeWalts, man.
Yeah, but up top, I mean, if you're doing concrete and stuff up top, we will always listen to music.
Like I say, it's a monotonous job. You want to get it done.
I mean,
Yeah.
our foreman to let it ride. If we're getting the work done, he's not even bothering us.
Yeah.
He's on production, so whatever we got to do to get it done, that's all he really cares about.
Sure.
True.
Yeah.
True.
As long as we're safe.
Yeah.
You know, and we're listening to good music too.
What do you listen to?
A little bit of everything.
What was a little bit of everything? Give me something.
Old school.
Little
Dr.
Colby
Dre.
Calais. Yeah.
Who?
Colby Calais.
Who's that?
Starts in my toes, makes me twinkle my nose.
I don't know nothing about this. You guys got to put
check
me
it
You're
out
not
on.
later.
laying, you're not
You'll
laying
enjoy it.
concrete
Yeah,
to a
it's
little
good stuff.
Colby Calais?
Nah,
Yeah.
man, I've never even heard.
No plain white tees?
Nah.
Give it one listen. I think you'll be hooked.
Yeah, I think you will. You'll be hitting PRs.
Yeah. Put me on. I don't even
You'll
know
be
about
hitting
that.
PRs next week with a little Colby.
PR's getting called by HR all at once. It'll be a good
Yeah,
day.
we just
Good
keep
week.
it old school, natural and old school music. That's basically it.
How old do we get? We talking like 90s, like Biggie? We talking Coltrane? Like
All
how
of that, a
old?
little bit of that, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, anything.
Is it rap? Is it more smooth jazz?
No jazz.
Okay, so not
Nah,
everything.
Smooth jazz.
I just-
that sounds like a construction site.
You brought up Colby Calais. I don't want to hear about
Yeah,
the
it's good
smooth
fair.
jazz.
Totally fair.
Yeah,
Totally fair.
I don't.
I'll take an L on that one.
All right, no Kenny G, no Coltrane. I
Just
got you.
motivational music. That's
Motivational,
it.
okay.
That's it. Motivational
All right.
music. that's it. And we're all getting it done. Everybody knows most of the music, and we're just making it happen.
All right. What tool's useless on the job?
Useless?
There's got to be a tool that's
Oh,
useless.
yeah.
That's like, this is the dumbest thing in the world.
I don't know, man. I can't even think. I don't know. What do you mean by useless? Like,
I don't know, like a
just for show
I
kind
don't
of
know.
thing,
Look around
like
here. Screwdriver, like a putty saw. Like, do you really need a putty saw?
nah, we don't even have that.
Like
you see, if you're working concrete, you need certain concrete tools.
Yeah. Well,
if you're
the way
working drywall, you have certain drywall tools. You're not going to just bring tools that you don't need.
Got it.
You know, they'll
I
look
guess
at
that,
you like,
yeah.
what is this? What are you bringing that for? You know, so that's frowned upon. So you kind of know what you need for that job.
Calvin, you kind of sound like my dad when I brought him the wrong wrench. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you, an idiot? Why'd you come all the way out here? Yep.
Yeah, what you bring this for?
But as you were talking about how multidimensional the hammer is, you would strike me that maybe the pliers aren't as much needed as you would think now that you can use prying method
Like
with
the
with
back end,
the.
But they got different types. Like they got heavy duty ones and stuff like that.
Got it.
So we use, we're doing scaffolding, we use heavy duty pliers, but
Yeah.
they always come in handy for everything.
All right.
You know,
All right.
Very good.
Is there any tool that's slept on?
slept on. I don't know. Tape measures are like the best.
I like that.
You always need that tape measure. You
Yeah.
gotta keep that.
Kind of like
So
if you like the NBA.
NBA, yeah, watch
Like
it
who?
all the time.
Like who would be a slept-on player like that you would be like, you know what, that's the tape measure.
Right now,
Like
in the
Anthony
playoffs,
Davis or anyone.
Like a Buddy
he's
Hield.
out. Anthony Davis is out.
No, I know, but like who do you like in the NBA right now that you think is slept on when you're talking about with your boys and stuff that they don't
I
appreciate?
don't know. Let me see who's playing.
Devin Booker. I feel like he slept on a little bit.
He's not in the playoffs either.
I'm not.
He's-
We're not
he's
doing
done.
just the playoffs. I'm just saying NBA.
We're talking about current stuff, though.
Yeah, we're gonna
All
say
right, fine.
I think Buddy Hield on the Warriors might be the tape measurer of.
No.
Yo, he could shoot that three though.
I
He's
watched
on,
it.
When he's on.
No,
he's on.
you two stop it. I watched an entire half season of him
He's
on the
on.
Sixers,
He's
and he
on.
couldn't
He's on.
hit the side of a boat if he fell out of it in the
I more
ocean.
so mean you need a tape measure to
My
measure
man
his
from the
teeth,
Lakers.
dude. They're huge.
Who else
Luka.
for the Lakers? Not Luca.
Austin Reeves.
Reeves. That's him.
Yeah, he's nice.
Oh,
He is
Austin
nice.
Reeves is a tape
Yeah.
measure of the NBA. I like
Yeah,
that.
he's a good dude.
AR-15.
Yeah, he
Nice.
He shoots that three too.
Yes, he does.
Luca, I don't know what's up with him. He's got a.
Yeah,
think
dude,
he
they're on the
said-
brink of elimination right now.
They say he's not in shape. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think he's
maybe
putting up
Nico
30.
was
I
right.
think he's put up 30 tonight though.
All right.
I think so.
Got the over on FanDuel on here?
We'll see you in 7. Game 7.
I think what is it 4?
I think it's 3-1 right now.
It's 3-1 right
So
now,
They,
yeah.
gotta, they probably win tonight.
Yeah, it might be
I
a
hope
gentleman's
so.
sweep
Well,
if
I
it's
need
not.
it, dude.
Yeah.
I got some money on it.
You like him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a big LeBron guy. Big
Yeah.
LeBron, big Luka guy.
LeBron's been putting work.
Yes, it's great. 40 years old, still doing it.
Yeah.
He's living a good life though, man.
Yeah, he's a gajillionaire. He can do whatever he wants.
yeah.
Do you have carpenters like that on the job where this guy's just going strong at 80 years old or 75? It's just like, this is the Paul Bunyan of the
Nah,
carpentry
they
world.
kind of take care of those guys.
When they move them up.
I mean, if they're there for like morale purposes, or
Got it.
just there
Glue guy.
for like we need certain things done. He'll tell you exactly what to do.
They got
What-
people's ears. They got the
Exactly.
connections.
Yeah,
I
a lot
like
of-
that.
a lot of those
yeah.
guys, they kind of know.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure.
a lot of things don't work out. They kind of know how to make it work.
It's interesting. The more I talk to you, the more I really enjoy this because it's kind of like a carpentry, a trade union kind of caste system where you have like your laborers, your demo guys. They're just the low totem pole guys.
Yeah,
They're just
it's a whole
Yeah.
whole domino thing of make it works out. It works out.
Sweet.
But it's a whole system that makes it work
are there rivals in the unions?
with the trades. I mean, sometimes they don't get along, but they're it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
just how that's on every job though.
Is it like the Cold War, or are we talking like Jets versus Wings?
Nah, it used to be, but now it's kind of
Dude,
kind of laid back now.
We talked to a carpenter who was outside of the convention center, and
Yeah.
they were picketing. And they used to have this guy who's still alive, actually. I think he might be in jail, though. His name was the Gorilla.
yeah,
You ever heard of the Gorilla?
I've heard of it. I think I've heard of that situation.
Yeah. And he,
Yeah,
and he
that
would just come, he would
situation.
just come down and beat people up until they stopped picketing.
Yeah, but we wasn't around for when he was beating people up.
I know.
Yeah,
I would, Galvin,
I've heard
honestly,
of those stories.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with you.
I mean, just comes with the job. Like,
Yeah.
But we've been on like the convention
Yeah.
center when it was picketing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been down there for that.
What's your
That was early
favorite?
on, though.
What's your favorite inflatable rat? What's your favorite? What's your favorite inflatable? Do you like the Scabby the rat? Do you like the big cat with the money?
I don't know. The rat is the one we always use.
The rat's a good one.
Yeah, the rat was.
It
the one
really
we
gets its
always
point
use.
across. I do like the cat with the big bucks. That's a new one. I see that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if the carpenters had that, but
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
okay.
different,
That
different
must-
trades use different stuff. But everybody kind of works together because sometimes I remember going on different jobs and helping assisting other trades.
Sure.
Yeah.
When they're out there picketing and stuff like that.
Interdimensional trade.
I mean, sometimes they make agreements and, behind closed doors, they cut deals or make agreements and stuff like that.
Interesting.
And we just go there to support.
That's nice of you.
We talked about rivals real quick before we let you run. So you might have rivals across on your job site, whatever it may be. Working with concrete, coming from our perspective, do you ever just have like a nice moment with you and your best friend on the site where you guys both put your handprints into the concrete and you write your names over top of it?
Nah, man, that get you laid off.
Okay.
All right.
All right, everybody. That's Calvin Johnson.
Calvin, thank you, brother.
Don't write your name in the concrete if you're coming
yes,
to work
do
for the
not do
trades.
it.
That'll get you laid off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Calvin, thank you, man.
That was
All
great,
right, no
man.
problem.
Thank
This
you
is
so
great. The woman of the hour, some are saying.
much. Here we go.
Literally.
The bell of the ball.
The end is what we're saying. Martha?
He goes, why'd you talk about being cupcake?
All right. First podcast, second podcast, third podcast,
Fourth?
First.
first podcast.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. You screw around. You see what we look like. We're a bunch of balls up here.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good.
And Martha, right?
Yes.
All right. Where you at right now? Where you working on?
Yeah.
I do residential work.
What's the residential work?
Oh, I didn't know the union did residential work. I thought it was all commercial stuff.
Is that like apartments? Are we looking at houses? What's the primary thing you're working on?
So I work for PHA, so I do developments.
Got
So
it.
the
Oh
apartments.
yeah. Philadelphia Housing Authority. Yep. Okay. So you're where are you at right now currently?
In West Philly.
West. Born and raised?
Oh, you are?
No. Will Smith. I think it was Will Smith. I think it was Will Smith.
Yeah, that's Will Smith.
That was a.
Shout out to Will.
That would never last.
Oh, don't worry about that.
That
That was a hacky joke.
He's gonna slap you like Chris Rock, dude. If you keep it up. Yeah,
Please
careful
don't
on that
hit me.
one.
I know you can beat my ass, Martha. How long you been in the trades?
About 25 years.
25 years.
25.
Where'd you start at? Did you start in carpentry?
Yes.
Nice. What makes you stay around?
The guys, the
Yeah?
work, yeah.
Because I gotta imagine, you don't, when you think of trades, when you think of the union, you think of all, blue collar dudes, messing around and stuff. It's got to take a tough woman to stick around for 25 years with these banshees.
Well, they train me well.
They do? Okay, good. Well, I mean, honestly, I think you could probably kick some of their asses.
Yeah. They know it.
They know it too. They know it too. Where'd you? Were you always with PHA, or where'd you start first?
I started up in the Northeast.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the development. Then I went to the Eagle Stadium after that.
Did you?
Oh wow.
Yes, that was an amazing job.
Talk to us about some of the behind the scenes of the Eagles Stadium. What's some things Calvin was talking about how if they didn't have the water pumps flowing CBP, it'd be flooded all the time. Is there anything any trade secrets, literal trade secrets?
Not really, not that I can remember.
What'd you work on? Did you work on mostly the concrete? Did you work on the scoreboard? What
On
were
the
you guys
concrete.
on the concrete?
In the ground.
Okay.
Yep. So
Yeah.
building forms.
Because it's so funny you say concrete and everything, and then I'm thinking of carpentry. I mean, I'm a Catholic school kid. Jesus was a carpenter.
Sure.
I'm thinking always wood and stuff.
That's really what I thought too.
Yeah. I was thinking we're surrounded by wood. A lot of wood products in here. Not much. Why does the carpenters do concrete? What else do you guys do too? I know it's 3 questions in one. I apologize for that.
Take time to figure one out.
I mean, we do acoustical ceilings. We do anything that is building.
Yeah.
It's all us.
So that's what it is. It's all just kind of structural work, regardless of
structural.
whatever the
Yep.
the mass is.
Yep.
When did that change start to happen? Do you have any clue when that started to happen, where the transition went from wood or whatever it was prior to now it's all primarily concrete? It seems like. When did that change? Did that happen during your career, or even before that it had happened?
I don't really see the change.
Oh,
We
really?
still
It's always
build
just
with
been
wood. We still do the wood. We do metal studs, sheetrock.
Yeah.
We do
Do you have a favorite?
all of it. I rehab houses, so I do everything from the
okay.
kitchen to the bathroom to
Sure.
the bedroom.
Do you like HGTV?
No.
You don't watch HGTV?
No.
No, you don't like it. Oh, you seem like you hate it.
No, it's not that I hate it. I'm not a TV person.
You don't
Yeah.
watch the rehab television shows?
The Property Brothers, those
Yeah.
fucking dorks. You never seen
You
those
don't see
guys?
those
I mean, I'm the shit, so I don't watch
That's
them.
true, dude. You would
You're
take
right.
the,
People
you would
forget
take
that,
the-
too.
You would take the Property Brothers in a handicap match and just dominate those dudes.
You make them the Property
I got
Brother,
you.
dude. Just
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I got you in the Property Brothers versus Martha.
That's actually kind of an interesting question of since you work in residential and you have a good grasp on flipping houses. houses. Do you ever look at somebody's house and you're like, look at this piece of shit? Like, I could really. How often do you see that?
Is
that
it all
very often
Philadelphia
now?
because we all just build the same exact house every time now with all the
Well,
new
no,
development?
I think Philadelphia has come a long way, and it's not like all of it's the same.
I just miss a nice brick. I miss
Yeah.
a nice walk up, a brick.
Yeah.
Like that's what I miss. I'm tired of these gray and dull looking shingles on the side or 90-degree angles. Like, can we just get back to the brick, please?
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm not really a fan of that.
Really? So you're a brick too, yeah?
Yeah.
What about the new construction piss you off the most? Like, what do you not like that's become like almost trendy that you look at and you're like, that would never work for me if it was your own place? Anything you're seeing now? Like the cabinets or maybe something with a tile or like a backsplash, something ridiculous?
That I wouldn't.
That's like common
Really
now.
grind your gears when you're driving down to a site.
Like shutters, you're like, what's a shutter? What is that there for?
An awning.
I hate a shutter.
I hate the. Then you just called it
The shutter.
the shingles.
The shingles.
The shingles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had shingles a couple months ago, so he's
Oh,
doing
yeah, how's he
okay.
doing?
Good. Hopefully,
good.
he's been laying on our roof for a while. Actually, yeah.
So, Martha, going back to, like, I don't mean to harp on it, but, like, you are a woman on the job. We don't see a lot of women on the jobs. How did you set the tone when you first came in?
I
Yeah.
don't take no shit.
You don't take no shit. And for any women that might be watching this right now, if they're thinking about getting into the trades, but maybe they're a little apprehensive because they are a woman, just don't take no shit.
Just don't take no shit.
All right.
And do your work, right? Like,
Yeah.
like learn your trade, right? Like, be engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there were some dorks who tried to give you some shit.
Yeah.
Did you have to give someone a knuckle sandwich?
Somebody who came up and like, I fucking love shingles. And
Yeah.
you're like, no.
Get over here. And you just noogied them to
Yeah, you
death.
gotta give it to him. Yeah.
I mean, I've had to kind of remind guys that
Yeah?
you have a sister.
Yes.
You know, you have
That's
a
a
mom.
good. That's a nice way to put it.
I like that.
That's a nice way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you think that's something that like not enough women are looking into nowadays as an industry to get into, or would you recommend that to somebody?
I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely proud because I've been in for 25 years.
Yeah.
The amount of women that have come aboard, just like
Oh, you see
I'm
more of it
stoked.
now?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It is.
What's your favorite tool?
The measuring tape.
Measuring tape again. The
Everything you
measuring
need to
tape is
know.
back. Man.
At least we didn't get the hammer like those two jokers.
The measuring tape tells you everything you need to know.
Nice. What's it about the measuring tape? Why is it like God's tool? Tells you everything you know.
I think as guys, we know exactly the. Well, all right. Well, pass on that.
What are we doing with measuring tape?
Nothing. Just show how tall we are, of course. Yes. Anyway, it's all right. Martha, I apologize. Please just keep pushing. We're back on the job site.
He keeps going. You can give him a knuckle sandwich. All right.
Listen, I done heard it all.
Yeah, you know what? You probably
That is
have. You're
true.
right. That's
Yeah.
probably
What is
mild.
it about
Yeah.
the measuring tape?
Just that it tells you everything you need to know. All your measurements. It tells you everything.
Do you have to be like down like I guess when you're like building, especially housing and stuff, is there room for error, or do you have to be down to like the millimeter, centimeter? Like,
I'm anal, so I'm down to the inch.
I can tell.
Down
Right.
to the 16th of the inch.
Yeah.
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 It seems important. You'd think. I mean, we just bought a couch in my apartment not too long ago. We went off Facebook Marketplace. So, like, none of the measurements were listed. Me and my girlfriend were a couple of fucking idiots. So, we're just looking at the picture like, I bet that'll fit in here. Got the couch, brought it in the apartment. Didn't even go through the front door.
That's why the measuring tape's
That's what we need the measuring tape. We should use the measuring tape.
just threw out half a couch yesterday moving into an apartment.
There you go.
I was pissed. I
Yeah.
loved that couch. 2 years old. Done. 1-800-JUNK, $50. Get it on out of here. I was pissed.
You know, that actually is a nice dichotomy between a man and a woman where, you know, the woman will go, let's measure it beforehand so we know exactly the size. The guy comes in, he's like, I got a hammer, I'll break it in fucking half, we'll make it work. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. So what are the main benefits you would say is that are like working in the union? Like benefits that you think? Like what do you really enjoy about the union?
The brotherhood, the sisterhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. The benefits.
The benefits.
Yeah.
That pension ain't bad.
No.
That pay ain't bad. That overtime ain't bad.
And I would just say, just knowing the skill, right? That this is
Yeah.
something that you can carry through your entire life, right? And yeah.
You always need to know somebody who knows what they're doing with a power tool or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we are not those guys for that job whatsoever.
Please know what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
we try, but sometimes the ego gets the best and you're like, I can figure this out.
Dude, I'm deadly with a drill. Literally deadly with a drill.
Yeah. 3 casualties this past week. Guy just moved. It's been a nightmare.
Do you have any projects that you brag about?
The Eagles Stadium.
The Eagles
Stadium,
Stadium.
yeah.
They give you guys tickets
Especially
after that?
what? Well, I didn't probably because I changed jobs, but
Damn.
man, you talking? We won the Super Bowl, 2 Super
Right.
Bowls, and I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
should get a ring.
In a place you
really-
built, yeah. How about
Yeah.
that?
oh, the ring would be nice.
You should get a ring.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles.
Yeah.
I need a ring.
They can't. They physically cannot win the Super Bowl without you.
Yeah, they always say shit. They're like, oh, this is the house that Jalen Hurts built. It's
Yeah.
like, no, this is literally the house that
That
Martha
Martha
built.
built.
Yeah, it's like 20 years ago. We have it
Exactly.
on
I was
record.
standing on your concrete cheering this season. Without me, without you, by process of elimination, we should all be getting
should all.
Super Bowl rings. Jeffrey Lawrence, do something about it.
True.
Would you guys have been Would you have worked on the Sixer Stadium? I guess if that would have went through.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's got to kind of be a
Yeah,
kick in
you
the
don't
dick.
build a stadium in this city now.
That's true. I can't believe it didn't go through. It did go through. I can't believe they reneged on it and stuff. But I guess you guys will build a new one that they're
Absolutely.
planning on. Right.
Absolutely.
All right. So you'll get your kickback.
Does that give you any kind of relief of like the idea of building in South Philly now versus like having to navigate building in Center City on the main street in Center City? Was there any thought about how much of a headache that could be?
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
I only live 10 minutes away, and I'm like, jeez,
Oh yeah, so that's gonna
this is going to suck.
right. Yeah, it's gonna affect you personally,
Mm.
like the traffic and everything that it brings into it.
And then SEPTA with the way the shit they're going through right now, I'm sure half of or even more of your guys' trades, they use SEPTA to get to where they have to go sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that, sheesh.
It's a lot going on. A lot going
God.
on, man.
You got a nickname?
Sassy.
Sassy.
Yeah, I like it.
How long did it take you to get that one?
No, my mother gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
At birth.
Sweet.
Must have been something on the way out.
Yeah.
You were fighting on the way out.
Yeah, you
Give me a couple
definitely.
more minutes in here. I'm hanging out.
You definitely gave the doctor a strange look. So when you came on the job, is that how you just told people to call me
No,
Sassy?
they call me Martha.
They call you Martha. Oh, okay. Okay. No Sassy on the job?
No, they just started trying that, and I'm like, no, it don't sound right.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right. Yeah. I agree. I don't think Martha is just a strong name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
I mean, that was the first president's wife's name. That's the strongest badass guy ever. There's no country. There's no Carpenters Union without GW.
Martha, didn't she make the flags too, or am I thinking of the wrong person?
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross.
That's
all right.
True. I live
That's
in
all right.
Jersey too. I should have known that.
That's all right. Did we ask you about what the first day on the job was like?
The first day of the
Oh
job
yeah.
Did we?
I don't think so. No.
was, I mean, different, right? And definitely different for the
Yeah.
guys because to see a woman coming on the job is like, we didn't order lunch.
Oh, damn. They hit you with that? What? Damn.
And so,
Did you get that guy a knuckle sandwich?
no.
I hope you did.
No. I just reminded him.
Yeah.
that He has a mother and he has a sister.
Was there, especially
Oh, there you
25
go.
years ago? Like, I mean, I'm assuming you're like you said, you're noticing that more women are entering the trade. But 25 years ago, is it like a nerve-wracking day? Your first day before you get in there, you're driving over to the site.
I was a little nervous, definitely because it's construction. Guys are not used to having females around. Wasn't sure if they would be receptive. I mean, the fact that they hit me with the lunch, it was
Sure.
funny to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you could take a joke. I mean, you got to be able to take a joke. Right?
Yeah.
And but the same guy bought me lunch, so it worked out.
Good, man.
Oh, sweet.
Good. Good.
Yeah, you stared through that guy's soul. I love it. I love that. Holy shit.
But it was. I mean, it took some used to getting. It took some time for.
Yeah.
I think both sides, right? Because I mean, I am a girl and I'm working around all these guys, and it could be heaven or hell.
Was it tough getting used to it? Like, I'm assuming they don't just throw you onto a job. You guys got like training and stuff before you go out there,
Absolutely.
right?
I was an apprentice, and shout out to the apprentices because this is National Apprentice Week.
Oh, shout
shout
out
out.
to
Hey,
the
there we go.
apprentices. We love
Big
our
ups.
apprentices.
Absolutely. So yeah, I went through a 4-year apprenticeship.
Okay. 4-year apprenticeship. So they'll do like will they throw you on a job during that 4 years, or is it all just like doing it in like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's that usually entail? What's the apprenticeship usually entail?
So you go to school 1 day a week, and then you're on the job, getting on the job training the other 4 days.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So by the time you like are like your first job out of apprenticeships, you're pretty. You know the tricks of the trade, most I would assume, right?
Your first job out of the apprenticeship. Well, you have already worked through your apprenticeship.
Oh, so you're saying when we were saying like your day one, you're thinking about the apprenticeship when you okay. Cool.
Oh, so my day one out of the apprenticeship.
Well, no, I mean that actually answered my question better. Your real day one.
Yeah, that was real day one.
Nice. Do they give you like? How do they know you're an apprentice? They don't give you like a little yellow bow or like a different color shirt or like anything.
No,
there's like rookie.
Usually the apprentices are so young, you can tell.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. They don't have gray in their beards or they're not grizzled enough. They don't know.
We did have some older apprentices. Kind of shocked me, but yeah.
How much older are you talking? What's the age of like an older apprentice?
So one of the guys I was in class with was like 50 something.
50, and he's just getting into.
He was changing careers.
Right.
Yeah. I guess it's never too late to slab some concrete. That's what I've always said. If this doesn't work out, guess where me and Matt are coming.
It's for anybody that can do it.
Yeah.
An older guy changing careers. He's in his 50s, and he's like, yeah, he's playing the NFL. Calvin Johnson, former wide receiver. Yeah.
So you've been doing it for 25 years. You're doing some backbreaking work and everything. Is there ever like a time where you're just like, you know what? Maybe I need to get put a button down on or something like that and get up to the the corporate offices, or are you are you trades till you die?
Yeah.
Or retire.
Really?
I like to hope retire first.
Yeah.
Yeah, retire first, please.
Please.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's crossed my mind, but I love what I do.
Yeah, you'll lose.
I don't want to get away from that.
Yeah, you wake up every day and you're like, I'm gonna go kick some residential ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I love the floors that I'm putting. I'm just started a new unit, so I'm putting the floors down.
Ooh. What are we going with? What type of wood?
It's vinyl.
Ah.
So it's like the vinyl hardwood looking floor.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy, but when you finished, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and you're doing something, and you're doing something that's like rewarding, because Philadelphia Housing Authority, that's for low income individuals and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that kind of pulls the strings of my heart, because you know that a child is going, like I'm doing a 3-bedroom now.
Nice.
So you know that some children are going to come.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, yes, this is my own room. And
Sure.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you ever get a chance to be around those projects after the fact, where you get to kind of maybe run into those families or see them anywhere? Or have you like run into somebody that they tell you, hey, I live in this property you worked on?
Absolutely. So I was doing like occupied. Mm-hmm. And I had replaced the lady's whole first floor.
Nice.
And so I'm in the dentist, and she's like, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, I don't remember. Yeah. And but the minute that the dentist came with the little pointy scalpel and was ready to tag at my teeth, she was like, I remember it. And I'm like, could you hold that a minute, please? And then she was like, oh, when you left my house, I threw all of my furniture out and I started over. I was so happy.
Oh, that's
nice.
And so, like, that kind of, gets you.
Yeah.
Because you know that somebody is grateful for the work.
And you can see it in front of you too. It's a nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
That's pretty sweet.
You must lay some mean vinyl if people have that kind of reaction.
Stop me at the dentist.
Vinyl wood floors, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, they go down.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite type of wood floor? What's you like? Get your hands on a little sequoia, a little pine, a little birch. What do we like?
I like pine.
Pine.
Yeah.
Pine does.
Yeah.
Would you recommend people like putting some pine out in there?
Well, usually you have a finish that goes over the pine, but I just like the smell of it.
The smell of pine. Yeah, that is true. Get a little sap between your fingers. It's so cool. And then 3 hours later, it's still there, and you want to freaking cut your finger off. Yeah. I hate sap more than anything now that I think about it.
Didn't know you were so anti-sap.
Yeah, dude, I am anti-sap, anti-tree sap, anti-Warren sap.
There you go.
Damn it, dude.
Warren
Look at you, dude.
I know a
Calvin
lot about
Johnson,
football.
Warren sap. We
Kind
were
of a
able
guy's
to,
guy, yeah.
dude, we were able to thread those into this episode.
Look at us, dude.
Martha, is there anything else you want to tell us?
Please, anything
How
else?
great we are at podcasting?
Oh, you guys are, and you're funny.
Thank you.
And,
Oh, you are.
We podcast like you put down vinyl, baby.
No, just shout out to the apprentices again,
Hell
and my
yeah.
co-workers, and big up the T-Mac. Yeah, that's my partner. That's actually the first female that I worked with, and we've been working together for
Yo.
like 2 years.
Big ups to T-Mac.
Big ups to fucking T-Mac, dude.
Period.
Absolutely.
She's amazing.
100%.
All right, T-Mac. I hope you're watching.
We hope you are.
Well, Martha, thank you.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
You're the best.
This was
Thank
great.
you.
are.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Yep.
Hey, and that's the episode. We just want to shout out Local 158. If you're looking to get into Local 158, use this promo code Local 15850 for 50% off your union dues.
That's it. Oh, I'm not co-signing that.
Yeah, just fucking with you. I don't even know the other union dues.
I don't really know what it means.
Once again, we're white collar people.
That's right.
The communications people just had a fucking
Conniption right
their
there. We
eyes just went wide as hell.
The dollar signs in their eyes turned upside down.
We'd like to say that promo code is not real, okay?
Yeah.
But we do want to thank Local 158, the 4,000 brothers and sisters that are around Philadelphia that are helping us build a better Philadelphia and for the future. Anything you want to say?
No, thanks again. Great people, salt of the earth people, and we appreciate them letting have a couple of doofuses like Kyle and I to come hang out and get to know them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go check out, we're doing a live show May 30th. It's a Friday at 8 p.m. Go on the Eventbrite. Just search Men at Work live podcast. You'll find it. Tickets on sale now. Relatively cheap. Go get them. All right.
Relatively cheap, 50% off.
Yeah, 50%. Yeah. Peace.